Add in some chicken stock and let it go. And I'm like, I follow it the way they do it. 2-4 or is that? Alright, so, I'm even going. I'm going to tweak it just a little. I would like to ask, I throw it out there, so if anybody can answer it, I'll put some points on your bottom line. But how come the plastic wrap doesn't melt to the shell?
What you have to understand, baking is based on...
It tends to shrink under heat, not on top of
the pastry dough.
What is it?
Because of the oil that's in the pastry dough.
No, what'd you say?
I said it shrinks, and since it's not actually on top of the dough, it's not pulled into the dough. You got it wrapped around the right, so it shrinks to the right.
What'd you say? Somebody else said? Huh? Make it simple? Wood is close. You need something else in there. Basically, this is a shrink wrap, isn't it?
Yes.
On toys. It's indirect heat. That's how you shrink wrap toys and video games. They run it through an oven. All right. Once they wrap the plastic around it, it goes to the oven and plastic wraps around the actual whatever. So as opposed to you thinking what? You take direct heat, fire, and applying it, that's when it burns a hole in the milk. So for right now, it's just indirect heat. Yes, I can, but I'm not. I'm actually going to put it back in and I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. Okay?
Good job, good job.
Still with north any points.
You just got 5 points for that.
All right. So indirect is the reasoning behind it. No, I didn't. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut some vegetables. We're going to make a little caboose, season it up. I poached off some chicken. And what I did was, to make it simple, I put the chicken stock and the actual chicken breast into the pan, and I dropped them in the oven. Okay? Makes your life easier. You don't have to, tomorrow you can do it as well, as opposed to getting it on the stove, and then you're going to have to sit there and keep an eye on the temp. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. If we drop all of that into some pans, put them into the oven, set the oven at maybe a little bit under 200 degrees, that'll naturally cook quick and easy, okay? So you don't have to necessarily worry about that aspect of it, all right? I'm all about making your lives easy. So, what we'll do is we'll get a little bit of butter going into the pot, and then we're going to add a little bit of flour to it. Make our roux while that's melting, and then we'll turn that roux with a little bit of chicken stock and turn it into our velouté, yeah? Alright, so I'm going to take some of these onion scraps. This is real simple. Alright, so melted butter. I got my onions. Now, with your pot pie tomorrow, someone did ask about peas. You do not have to use the frozen peas if you choose not to.
Well, we can, that's an option we make it come.
Yeah, I got them. It's part of the recipe. Alright. Here's my flour. Stir in. Now, if you've always wanted to do this, chicken pot pie, without a doubt, it's one of my favorites, especially during the fall and winter months. Not a difficult thing to do to pull off. And I think a lot of you all realize that now, that none of this is that difficult. Alright, I got my roux in there. Watch your heat. Make sure you don't scorch your roux. Once you got your roux going, what are you going to add in? A little chicken stock. Alright, so, onion. I'm going to do that separately. Alright, now, I got my poaching liquid. This is my poaching liquid right here. I'm going to use this. Alright. Poaching liquid in with your roux will give you what? A little more flavor? Alright. Turn my heat down just a little. Alright. Now, you'll see that this is going to thicken up pretty much instantly right away. So what I'm going to do, add a little bit more poaching liquid to it. Yeah, this is the chicken stock that I use to poach my actual chicken. Flavor. Add more flavor to it. Alright. Just the actual chicken. No seasoning has been thrown in yet.
Now, there's seven at the bottom of that cup.
Yep.
You wouldn't want to use them?
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. It's all from the chicken. Alright. So. Now, I had about 6 ounces in there. Alright, even though the recipe only calls for 4, I think 4.3. 4.5. Yep.
Just an instant mashed potato
Yep.
consistency.
Alright, now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my heat off. No salt and pepper is in yet. Alright. salt, pepper, and yes. Alright, the other side. Carrot, celery, onion. I cut it up into smaller, like a small dice, only because think about you making a small pot pie, alright? But what I am going to do, when it comes down to my chicken, I might cut my chicken just a little bigger. Chicken is the main focus of your pot pie, right? I'm not concerned about the uniformity of your vegetable cuts on this, but the whole idea is that you want to make sure that you have nice cuts in there.
It's still going to be seen.
So because it's still the same, exactly. Always be careful with your knife, please. Alright. I'll cut a little more carrot. A lot of you all know I like carrots. Alright, so now, all my little veggies, that's over here. Alright, so I'm going to set this off to the side. Alright, and
Right here.
oh, thank you.
Oh.
Alright, so a little bit of butter. Alright, sweat off my veggies. Can we blow a fuse again? Alright, so I'll melt down the butter and I'm going to sweat off my veggies. Now, I like to add a little bit of flavor. So, if you like, ladies and gentlemen, a little salad to your product. Okay?
What garlic?
You want some garlic? Alright. What you said you want garlic? Garlic?
I thought you'd say nutmeg.
Alright.
Couldn't we just do the compound root veggies?
Yeah.
So it's what my...
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'm gonna add that in. That's what I'm gonna do. But here's my reason. Alright. And shallot.
Okay,
What's that?
what is that, one empty here?
No, I'm gonna chop up my garlic.
On the recipe.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
The cut? I would cut it into cubes. That's why I'm a little. All right, so now, if you want to do a little bit of garlic and a little bit of shallot in there, just to add some flavor. What's wrong? Parsley. Parsley would go in at the end. If you put it in early, it's going to burn and it's going to turn brown. All right. So I put in a little bit of shallot, a little bit of garlic, and I add in my veg. Now, Mr. Broadus asked about making it a compound roux. We can make it a compound roux, and that's primarily what I'm going to do. But I want to get the flavor from this first. Then I want to add it into that. All right. Whole notion is that all you got in here is a little bit of butter and some mirepoix, right? Can't hurt it, right? So move them around, sweat them. Now you start to smell a little bit of the garlic, maybe. All right. Open up the pores on your product, on your vegetables. They start to become translucent. Celery, onion, yes. All right. How's that tart look in there? I'll take a little bit of water. All right, so now we got some translucent vegetables, shallots, a little bit garlic, yes? All right, so now what I'm going to do all I'm going to do is bring it all together, and I'll show you why. I'm not even going to heat it up. All right. Just stir everything up. So now, you've got all your vegetables, your mirepoix, your garlic, your shallot, you got your velouté in there. All right. Last thing you need in there is chicken. All right. So with the chicken, all right. Now I think it says with this Mr. Moore, parmesan. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a large chunk. All right. It is the focus of your pot pie, is it not? Yes. And on top of that, I'll do you one better. You got a whiteboard inside there? Your poached chicken, keep in mind, because it's been poached, I pulled it out and I let it cool down. Reason being is that everything has to go into your pie pan relatively cool. It can't go in warm. All right.
Start cooking the dough.
Right. It'll start cooking the dough. That's exactly right. So what I'm going to do is we let this cool as well. All right. Set it off to the side. So you got poached chicken. All right. Once we cut up the chicken, we'll start to season, okay? But not before. You need to get everything in there, and on top of that, I can tell you I did not season the chicken. Okay? Alright, now, remember the last couple of times that we've done this, we've been cooking, I said to quite a few of you, you need to what? Bring
More
up your
salt.
salt.
Yes.
Okay. Well, keep this in mind. Tomorrow, when you make this, okay, you all making this in a team, alright, together. Two teams of two. When you all bring this up, you all need to check it. All you have is chicken stock, some vegetables, some garlic, some cheese, some shallot, whatever. But you saw that I haven't put any seasoning in it at all yet. Alright? So you are going to need to make sure that you season it up. Alright? So now, nice and tender, not dry. I took 2 chicken breasts. No brine, just poached. They only do one. There's your pile. Right there. Alright? Now, add in my chicken. Really like cooking chicken. Alright. Now, I got peas. Salt, pepper. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, if you're not a fan of peas, you don't have to use it. All right?
So if you work with a partner, how about the light
Then you leave them out. One good soap. Now, here's the last thing that has to be done. You have to. Well, I think it is too thick, but here's what I'm gonna rely on.
The
I'm gonna rely on it
moisture.
going into the oven and the heat, which is gonna cause it to.
So the moisture from the vegetables,
Crust on the bottom.
Pot pie.
Right. I haven't made it.
You just gonna put that in the
That's why I
oven.
came up here. That's why I jumped up. I'm like, I'm seeing something new. That's why I jumped up. I'm just saying. You know, I was just like, okay, maybe this is new.
That's a pretty big pot pie right there, I mean.
I haven't made it yet.
Okay, sure. I want to say that. Yeah. Put me off. You know, like they sit back there all morning watching the screen. At this point, I had to pick it up.
like it's in the same.
Is that it has to cool.
Yeah, you get all these fancy tricks and shortcuts.
About the closest TV and
Security out here.
You come out with closest TV.
I know, they should be on the second one. Security?
I mean, just bring some security.